Hey everybody on YouTube, Karl Alexander here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a little indie title I found the other day called Kona. Now this isn't a full review, it's just going to be an early impressions video because this game is still in beta. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. Kona is a first-person narrative-driven adventure game that was released to Steam Early Access on March 10, 2016 for macOS 10, Linux, and Windows. The game is being developed by the Canadian company Parable and is currently in beta. The beta offers an early look at gameplay and story elements, with a full release coming in later 2016. Taking place in the 1970s, Kona follows a detective named Karl who is trying to meet up with a new client, William Hamilton. Hamilton is a rich Canadian industrialist who owns a hunting lodge and has been experiencing vandalism against his property, leading him to hire Karl. Before Karl can meet with Hamilton, a snowstorm hits, and he is forced to find his client by exploring a seemingly abandoned small town. While exploring, it becomes obvious that something, possibly supernatural, has forced the local population to flee. Without getting into spoilers, that's about as much as I can say. Since the game is in beta, it's hard to say where the story is going, but its focus on storytelling through characters' personal thoughts, however mundane, has created an interesting and realistic tone. For an early access indie title, Kona is very atmospheric. The sound design, graphics, and overall 70s aesthetic come together for a very good presentation. The actual 3D models in the game are kind of low poly, but the game weighs much of its look onto post-processing effects and shaders. While this does give the game a very film-like appearance, it's also a performance hog. I got inconsistent frame rates with my GTX 960 and had to lower many settings to get a playable frame rate at 1080p. The issue here is that lowering the settings too much can really hurt the atmosphere, since the graphics rely so much on GPU-intensive effects. Though I'm sure some of this will be optimized as the game is still in early development. The look really fits into the 1970s era the story takes place in. Because people don't suddenly upgrade every part of their lives each decade, the game features a mix of several generations before the 1970s. Other things like titles around certain objects enhance the narrative experience while offering some gameplay hints and a bit of humor. The interface is decent, but it feels pretty clunky at times. The soundtrack is good, featuring slow-picked guitar with some creepy reverb in the background. There are only a few tracks, but their subtle nature doesn't make them feel looped or overused. The game is narrated by an unknown person. While initially I didn't think the performance was very good, I quickly began to enjoy the almost storybook-like style. There's a bit of playfulness in the performance that lightens up the narrative while maintaining the serious nature of the story. Gameplay is like most of the current generation of walking simulators. Mostly you're walking or driving around, reading notes, and looking at objects to help you progress. However, Kona does feature a basic survival system. In the game, you'll need to manage your health, temperature, and stress. Each stat is straightforward and easily maintained. It's a nice addition that helps keep the player interested and connects you to the world in a way that games like The Vanishing of Ethan Carter can't quite do. Alongside the survival system, the game has a large array of items the player can use and store. You can only store a certain amount of items on your person, but you can use your truck for anything you can't hold. This may include things like tools, firewood, and medkits. There are also a few things that can be crafted to help you find new clues. In a way, this reminds me of old point-and-click adventure games like The Secret of Monkey Island. At times you may find a safe or door you can't unlock, but if you pay attention, you can find and craft the items to unlock them later. Overall, Kona is a game with a lot of potential, though it definitely needs some polish. I really enjoyed the short time I played it, and even in its early state of development, the game has some great visuals and an intriguing story. However, don't get this if you're looking for a full or stable experience. The current build is pretty buggy and only features a few hours of content. The full version will be coming later this year with over 8 hours of content, but also a higher price tag. So if it looks like something you might like, it might be worth picking up for the current discounted price of $10. Otherwise, I would hold out for a full review. Okay everybody, that was my video for this week. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, I think you know what to do. Leave me a comment in the comments section and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this one in the future. I got new videos coming soon. I have no idea what they're going to be about, but I'll be working on some new ones. I've got a new little sound booth set up, so hopefully my sound will be just, sounding just a little bit better. I think it was sounding pretty good already, but it was just a recent project. It looks terrible, but I think the audio coming out of it is pretty good. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. See you then.